Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Razak at CMTrading. Today is June 11th, 2015, and today is Thursday. So looking at the economic calendar, a few numbers coming out of the States at 2:30 South African time, some core retail sales, and some unemployment numbers, weekly unemployment numbers coming out of the U.S. And then at 5:15 South African time, we have Canadian dollar Governor Polo speaking about the interest rates in Canada. Okay, so those two things are up on the schedule today. Looking at the markets, well, it's been a pretty good trading experience. Look at where we're at. On the Euro USD, we're trading at 113-ish, just shy. Okay, at the top of this level right here. As you can see here, we've noted this a couple of times already this week. Is this a support and this possible resistance? Well, it's a good question. Well, I guess we'll find that out as this develops. We're on the higher end of it, okay? I still think we're going to be trading anywhere between 114 and 108. The question is whether or not we'll retrace here. So I would keep a sharp eye today to see if any indication you see that it's getting weaker in anticipation that it'll go back down to 112-ish level just to make that trade of a play. And then you could trade it on a 15-minute chart and see how it's going to go for you, if it's going to test this lower level right here and then slowly cover it as, or get a little bit more aggressive if you see that it's really working for you. The trend is your friend, and this is not much of a trend. This is a trading range, so you have to keep that in perspective and thereby trade more, sizing down and trading more accordingly. Looking for trends, well, look at the Dow Jones. Dow Jones did a maneuver yesterday, retracement, as you can see here. We're back up at 18,000. Look at this, just this whopping almost 300-point move. I believe it was 289 points yesterday. This after hours, we're just selling off a little bit over here, but this is what I expected in this market. I expected it to really just one day just do a quick short covering. This is people either short covering this or people saying, look, this is still strong. Okay, the U.S. economy is still, the wheels are still turning, the engine is still steaming, and full throttle ahead. What I'd like to see is some sort of breakout on the upper side, which we didn't see this year. So I'm going to look at this also as trading in a range. Okay, not the prettiest range, but if we look at it on monthly, look, can we complain? But looking at it on a daily, you see that it is trending in a range. Okay, we've marked by these lines where the resistance levels are or where the support levels are, and as you can see here, you have multiple support levels over here and multiple resistance levels. So we're right in the middle of that range, the upper part of that range, as we're closing in on it. But we still have way to go on the upside in order to test it going further up. Looking at oil, okay, oil is another one that is also testing its upper range, $61.20. At the beginning of the week, we were trading at $58.50, $58.60, and you see that it's also trading in this range. So we've got a few things that are trading in a range that you really got to keep an eye on, and you could really bank on because they're trading. Okay. Looking at the USD, a little bit of a correction here. As you can see, we hit this all-time high of 1260, and then we tried to test it again, and then we sold right off. So we're trading at 1234 right now in the USD. Can it? I think it's going to bounce around here. Look at this. This is some nice graph work for you. We had resistance here, a little bit of resistance here, and then came to somewhat of a support, and now we're just at that level where it could bounce right back to 1247-ish level and test that. And I believe that that's what we're going to do in the Euro and the USD. Let's look at some of the other currency pairs that we have coming up today. Bear with me. USD Japanese yen. Okay, we had this big correction over here, very similar to the USD ZAR. Big correction over here, and then we're having this nice little bounce. I would look to really, maybe buy a little bit here. and see how it's going to work out for me, and then I could get more aggressive in it. It's interesting if you look at the relationship between the USD Japanese yen and the Dow Jones, it's exactly inversive. As we rallied yesterday in the Dow Jones, the USD tanked over here, and that's generally the play. When the index goes up, generally the currency goes down. Okay, not always so. It's not a rule of thumb, but it does happen often that the currency usually devaluates when the index of that currency goes up. So the same holds true to the JSE versus the ZAR, okay, the Rand. Let's keep that in perspective. Looking at gold today, gold is, like we said, bouncing off its lows right here, not doing much, 1186. We bounced maybe about 15 points this whole week, but there was a play, okay? At this stage, is it going to continue going up higher? I'm not sure that it is. Not much of a catalyst, especially when the equity markets are booming. So you may want to short this for a little move, for a little correction after 4 days of rallying. Not the highest percentage play, so I wouldn't go too aggressive in it, but it is an opportunity. The ones that I would be a little bit more aggressive in it would be the Dow Jones for sure, as it's going to, let's see if it peters out here over here, or is it going to continue pushing itself higher just to show that the bulls are still in charge. This is Razak at CM Trading. I want to wish you all a great trading day. Thank you.